Ryan Simonelli appeared to be well on his way to winning the second PBA Tour title of his career. But then the Ryan Express went off the rails. Today, Simonelli is back here at the World Series of Bowling. Can he rebound from such a heartbreaking loss and redeem himself? They come from all over the planet for the sport's most prestigious international event, the World Series of Bowling. 240 pros from 21 countries are here in Las Vegas. Among them, the PBA's best. All competing for the multiple PBA titles that are up for grabs. Yes! It's professional bowling's ultimate test, full of triumphs. Yes! And disappointments. And it's coming at you next on ESPN. Yes! The World Series of Bowling 5 rolls on in Las Vegas at South Point. The PBA Chameleon Championship. Time now to meet our finalists.
Our number 4 seed is the 2009 PBA World Champion. He's looking to return to his winning ways today as he seeks his second career title. From Saginaw, Michigan, Tom Smallwood. The number 3 seed is making his second consecutive World Series of Bowling telecast after finishing second last week in the Viper Championship. He's looking to cash in today. From Cheektowaga, New York, Ryan Simonelli. The number 2 seed. It's been almost 4 years since capturing his first career title, looking for win number 2 today. From Dayton, Ohio, Brian Kretzer. The number 1 seed was the 2008, 2009, 2010 World Bowling Writers Bowler of the Year from Colchester, England, Dom Barrett.
PBA Chameleon Championship. Here's how it breaks down. Simonelli and Smallwood in the opening match. The winner gets Brian Kretzer. And the survivor faces Dom Barrett in the championship match. Also today, the PBA League Challenge continues with the obstacle course.
And let's take a look at the 43-foot Chameleon oil pattern. If you haven't tuned in to the World Series of Bowling, folks, you're in for a special treat. There's a blue dye additive in the oil. It shows you the oil pattern and its length. We'll revisit it several times throughout the telecast, showing you the oil transitioning, drying up, and moving all over the place, giving you a unique perspective of what our players face out here on the tour.
Ryan Simonelli suffered heartbreaking defeat last week in the PBA Viper Championship. Kimberly Pressler is laneside with more.
Well, guys, I just spoke to Ryan Simonelli about his mental preparation coming into today, and he said the feeling of losing and coming so close but not taking that win is something he does not want to repeat today. He said he's going to use that as motivation to push through, not close himself out, keep his mind open, and he keeps repeating to himself, trust yourself. You know exactly what you're doing.
Thank you, Kimberly. Mike Jakubowski along with PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. And we are set for action match number 1 in the PBA Chameleon Championship. PBA World Champion Tom Smallwood
Good.
will open the match.
Good.
Ryan Simonelli made that decision.
Well, his last name may be Smallwood, but this guy is anything but small in big moments, and he's proved it throughout the World Series of Bowling this season.
The unique style of Smallwood stalks the approach. Here we go. Opening match. 3 and the 6 remain.
43 feet of skid and a little bit of back end, and that's what you're going to see on this Chameleon oil pattern. Very slick, very high volume, and very lengthy.
On the outside, Smallwood cleans up the spare. And a mark in the first frame. And now Ryan Simonelli out of Cheektowaga, New York, PBA Tour champion, looking for title number 2. Southpaw toes the line here, opening shot. Powerful, solid strike.
Well, win or lose, today is all about the maturation process for young Ryan Simonelli after a crushing defeat last week. And off to a nice start.
A reminder that the PBA League Challenge continues today with the obstacle course. That's coming up later. That's out of B. Opening double for the Ryan Express.
He posted that shot up beautifully. What a great looking shot that was. And off to a nice start.
Smallwood qualified 4th, 228.4 average for his 14 games. He says my equipment sequence is quick. You can't outbowl bad reaction. You have to have the right balls in your hand. Right ball, right line. Strike for Smallwood. Tom Smallwood's only PBA title came out of the very first World Series of Bowling in a major, no less. The 2009 PBA World Championship. The former auto worker who was laid off from a Detroit assembly line a year earlier made his dreams come true with an unbelievable performance, defeating reigning Player of the Year Wes Malott 244-228 in the title match. A classic Cinderella story that rivals any other in sports. Interesting to note that Smallwood is 0 for 6 in televised matches since that World Championship win.
So you can take a look at Tom Smallwood's arsenal. They're throwing a mastermind. The strongest ball in his arsenal.
Comes up high at the last moment.
Pretty good.
But the 10.
I like that.
Ball looked really, really good until it got about 3 feet in front of the head pin, and then it just kind of snapped left. Fortunate only leaving the 10 pin. Right there.
Across the deck for Smallwood. Clean through 3. Attitude is working so far. Turkey working for Simonelli. And here's the balls in the bag, Randy.
Well, he's using an endless nightmare, and it looks like early on he's not reliving last week's nightmare. Nice comeback thus far for Ryan Simonelli. Also using a very responsive piece of equipment, which is what you would expect on this long oil pattern.
And Messenger falls short, 7 pin.
It's all right, it's a good shot in the pocket. See that follow through right by the left ear. And a pretty good hit. Just leaving the weak 7. Kid's got great balance. He's a good athlete. When he keeps it under control, he makes really good shots. His tendency is to get fast and really throw it hard.
Tom Smallwood is 35, out of Saginaw, Michigan. Avid outdoorsman.
Wow. Pins flying everywhere. Messenger over into the 7 and completely misses the 7-pin. As we take a look at his style, rolls that bowling ball up on the forearm. He does put his thumb in it. Look how nice and low he is to the foul line. Right shoulder down. That's what you have to have if you want to throw the ball right to left.
Open frame.
And a bad time for that to happen. Now it's a 31-pin deficit through only 4 frames. Just missed left the target.
Back in the pocket, and Smallwood drops 10. So up comes Ryan Simonelli here in the 5th, 31 pins up. Simonelli splashes the rack.
Well, let's take a look at what happened last week. Ryan Simonelli was in complete control until this pocket 7-10 split left the door open for Barnes, who needed the first strike in the 10th, and he got it. Yeah! And that was all she wrote.
Simonelli trying to pile on the pin, 6th frame, double, plus 41.
Great shot, nice comeback for Ryan Simonelli. He's been perfect in the pocket with every ball, looking to rebound from that disastrous 7-10 split. Von Ryan's Express. The locomotive is showing all its strength. Stay with us. More to come from South Point here in Vegas.
Welcome back to South Point in Las Vegas for a continuation of the PBA Chameleon Championship. Here's a look at our top qualifiers. Patrick Allen missing out by less than a mark, Randy, and Rash also just missing this top 4.
Yeah, pretty talented leaderboard there.
The Chameleon represented by blue, as in part of the Chameleon, the blue dye that you see out on the lanes. It's brand new from the PBA. Added a dye to show the oil in play and to illustrate the Chameleon pattern. Now Smallwood in a hole, but he's working on a strike and he's got some frames left. 6th frame. That's not going to help him dig out.
That's good.
Trouble again on the right lane. This ball never grabs the lane surface. It's about 47 feet of skid. It's not the easiest spare when there's all that slickness out there.
Picks up the double wood for Tom Smallwood. Four frames remaining. Smallwood trying to find something to put some pressure on Simonelli. Otherwise, it will be Simonelli advancing to the semifinal. Brian Kretzer is waiting for the winner.
Smallwood licks his left hand, rubs it on his right forearm. That's where he rolls the ball up on. Helps keep the ball secure and in place before he lets go of it.
Crossover hit, carries the strike, a break for Smallwood. Needing something to go in the right direction.
kind of saw this from the right-handers last week. And Ryan Simonelli had a great look, and it's exactly what it looks like right now. Ryan Simonelli's been perfect in the pocket through 6 frames.
Looking to put away Smallwood here early on the double, 7th frame. Simonelli in good shape.
Making great shots. I mean, as strong and as powerful as he is, when he rips through at the bottom, he doesn't move an inch on that last shot. Just beautiful. Boy, if you could bottle that one up and sell it, you'd make a fortune.
Make it 7 out of 8.
Yeah,
Simonelli in control.
you can pretty much put a lid on this one. Tom Smallwood ran into a locomotive. Each player on today's telecast with 1 career title, Smallwood's being a major.
Look at the footwork and approach of Smallwood. And 7-pin. Simonelli will advance to face Brian Kretzer in the semifinal.
Tom would like this match to be over with really quickly. Pretty good looking shot for 9, almost 8.
World Series of Bowling 5 champions. Thus far, Wes Malott taking the Cheetah, Chris Barnes taking the Viper. The Scorpion yet to come in the PBA World Championship, also coming up December 29th. PBA titles involved with the 5th World Series of Bowling. We're going to see Smallwood next week at the Scorpion Championship, and then the week following in the PBA World Championship.
Ryan Simonelli, the lone southpaw on today's telecast. If he can follow the transition, make the right moves, and continue to throw quality shots, may be unbeatable today. Maybe unbeatable.
Tenth frame, Simonelli finishing up. He can do whatever he likes here to feel out the next match as Brian Kretzer will take on Ryan Simonelli. Little chatter between Ryan and ball rep Chuck Gardner. Chuck on the truck.
Big Chuck on the truck. Known Chuck for a lot of years.
Simonelli advances to face Kretzer. The Rhine Express moves on, and we've got a Hall of Famer joining the booth next. Welcome back to South Point, the PBA Chameleon Championship. And Ryan Simonelli with a big 255 game beats Tom Smallwood and moves on up the stepladder, and he will face Brian Kretzer in our semifinal match. Hello again, everybody. Mike Jakubowski, along with two Hall of Famers, Randy Peterson on Expert Analysis and Jason Couch. And Jason, this is the second time now you're working the World Series of Bowling from the other side of the aisle. This event has really grown in your time as a player and now as a ball rep.
Yeah, certainly has been a great event so far. A lot of great bowlers. You know, I believe it was 20 countries represented this trip, and it just keeps getting bigger and better.
Well, Jason, I know you've made a lot of telecasts in your career, and I know there's been several times where you were the lone left-hander. As good as Ryan's looked in that first match, any predictions moving forward?
The boys on the right better start throwing some strikes because the Ryan Express is on fire right now.
Why do you think that is?
You know what? He's out there by himself. He can kind of set the lane up to where he wants to play him. You know, if he throws a little surface or maybe throws a plastic ball to push some oil down, he can create some room for himself, and I think the kid's going to be tough to stop.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Looking forward to your commentary with us in the booth for the next match.
Semi-final match is coming up next as the Ryan Express, Ryan Ciminelli, will take on that man, Brian Kretzer. Stay with us at the World Series of Bowling.